Smoked beef ribs with bourbon molasses glaze. Hey, welcome back to Smokin and Drinkin. I'm Mike, and today we're going to make smoked beef ribs on a stick. Let's get started. Simple recipe. It's a great game day meal, or an appetizer, or a main dish. There's only a few simple ingredients. We have 5 beef ribs from our local market. We have some wooden skewers soaking in water so that they don't burn on the smoker. And today we're going to use our Smokin and Drinkin the Buzz rub. It's a coffee cocoa blend. Really good. It goes really good with beef. So let's get started. We've got our smoker preheating to 225 with Traeger Signature Blend pellets. It's a blend of maple, cherry, and they say artisanal hardwoods. It's a nice blend of a sweet maple and cherry, but then also has the artisanal hardwoods are probably oak or hickory or something like that. But I think it's a nice blend to go with these. So we're just going to get started here. We're going to put a skewer through each rib, trying to stay in the middle and not jabbing my hand on the other side. Did pretty good. There's one. We're just going to put them on this wire rack here and lay it right out on the smoker. I've used these Signature Blend pellets quite a bit. They're pretty good for just a general purpose wood pellet. Traeger's not a sponsor. I just like their products and happen to we have a local store that sells them for half price on Black Friday, and I usually stock up on all of their pellets. So one thing about it, it's getting hard to find maple pellets, and maple was one of my favorite pellets to use. So now this Signature Blend has the maple pellets in there, so that's one way to get those pellets that I like so well. But I haven't shopped around a whole lot to find the maple. Now the big thing is to use baseball bats. A lot of the baseball bats are made out of maple, and I think they are anyway. So I don't know, might have to try that. If any of you have ever tried that, let me know down in the comments. Also, let me know what your favorite wood is. I know you use different wood pellets for different dishes. Let me know what some of your favorites are. All right, we just about have it here. Last one in. Okay, set that aside. Now we're just going to season it up. I'm going to get the water out of this, and does it sound like I say wooder? People tell me with my Midwest accent, which to me isn't an accent, but they tell me I say water. Funny. I say wooder. Maybe I do. All right, here we go. Let's get I really like this. Oh, it's got a great coffee chocolate aroma to it. It's going to be pretty generous with our rub here. Normally I would rub some olive oil on them before I put the rub on, but they're pretty wet, so I think it'll adhere to the ribs pretty well. We're just going to let them sweat, so to speak, here for a while after we get them coated. If you're wondering why I put the pan underneath, I'm just trying to keep the kitchen a little cleaner. Should have turned the ceiling fan off. It tends to blow my rub powders away. All right. Might have been able to, maybe should have put a little olive oil on them, but it's okay. We'll get them coated. I'll take this grill, this wire grate off and rub them around in the pan. That'll get them coated real good too. All right. Let's just kind of roll them around in there, get them all coated real good. Also, so we don't waste all that rub. When we get them out on the smoker, we'll let them go for probably at least an hour. We'll check them periodically throughout the cook and make sure we're not burning. I'll try and get them up to about 165, 170 internal temperature to make sure that they're completely cooked. All right, there we go. Now we got our 5 ribs skewered up and seasoned up. I haven't made labels for my rubs yet. I need to get labels made for those. All right, let's get them out to the smoker. Smoker's up to 225. Let's get these babies on the grill. All right, let those go for, I will check them in 30 minutes, but I'm sure they're going to take at least an hour. So we'll check back. Let's check those. It's been about an hour. They're looking good. Let's check the temperature, the internal temp. I think we got a little ways to go yet. Yeah, looks like we're about 150 maybe. 147, 148. Yep, we got a little ways to go. So we'll check back in about 30 minutes or so. You know, I got to thinking while those ribs are out smoking, they're going to be kind of boring. We need to spice them up a little bit or pep them up. So I thought we need a glaze to go on them. So we're going to make a bourbon molasses glaze, and we'll brush those on when they're just about done. Just checked them, and they got about 30 minutes to go. So we'll get this going, and then about the time it's done, we can brush the glaze on and finish them up. So it's a simple glaze. As if you watch my channel, you know I like to have my bourbon and things. Again, as I always say, the alcohol will cook off. So if you're worried about having alcohol in your food, don't worry. The alcohol cooks off and leaves the nice caramely, mapley flavor from the bourbon. So let's get started. Just half a dozen ingredients or so. We're going to start off with a quarter cup of bourbon. Any bourbon will do. It's not generally the same bourbon that I drink, but sometimes it is. Doesn't have to be an expensive bourbon, but you want a good bourbon. Quarter cup. And then we need a quarter cup of molasses. We got Grandma's good gold standard. It's not my grandma, but now this could take a little while. As you know, molasses, it's not too bad. Put a quarter cup right about there. Get that cleaned up. Smells good. Okay, there's our 1/4 cup of molasses. And then we need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm just using light brown sugar. I usually like to use dark brown sugar, but since we're using molasses, it doesn't really, we don't really need more molasses flavor. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We need 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. Just any old Dijon will do. This is just kind of a local grocery store brand. One tablespoon of Dijon. And then we need, oops, I'm going to need that again. We need 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. And then we need 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. Give it just a little bit of punch. 1/2 teaspoon. All right. Then we just stir it up. We'll simmer it over medium heat until it gets kind of syrupy. And then we'll brush that on our ribs. So I'll get that over to the stove and get it simmering. Okay, we've got our glaze done. It's kind of syrupy, kind of like a barbecue sauce. We're ready to get that on the ribs. So let's get that out to the grill and get them glazed. All right, let's get them glazed up here. They are just about ready. Another 20 or 30 minutes and they'll be good to go. Oh boy, they look delicious. That molasses is gonna complement that chocolate coffee flavor real nice. And of course the bourbon always gives that extra little flavorful kick. Almost got it here. One more side. All right, here we go. We'll let those go for another 20 minutes or so, and they should be good to go. It's been another 25 minutes. Let's check them out here. Glaze is a little tacky, a little sticky. Let's check our temperature. We had them at 165 before we put the glaze on. We want them to be about 170, 175, something like that. And we are at okay, well, maybe we're not quite ready yet. All right, ones in the middle are at 170. Let's check this side. Yep, we need to rotate them a little bit. Put the ones in the middle on the outside, and the ones on the outside in the middle. That happens sometimes. Don't cook at the same speed. The vent is over here, the chimney, so the smoke and the heat is going to travel that way. So it kind of makes sense that The fire pot is in the middle, so most of the heat is there, and it's going to go that way. So we'll let them go another 10-15 minutes, and we'll check them again. Okay, it's been another 20 minutes. Let's check them out here. They are sitting at 168 there. And we got 170, so I think we're there. Let's go ahead and get them off, get them in, and get a taste. Oh boy, those look and smell awesome. Let's get them on the plate, and then we'll dig into them. All right, let's see. Let's carve a little bit off of this one right here, maybe. We'll just have to carve around the stick, I think. Heck, let's be caveman. Just take a bite. Oh wow. Holy cow. That is delicious. That juicy beef with the buzz rub, that coffee chocolate rub. Oh boy. And then there's that spicy molasses glaze to top it off, to finish it off. Oh, that's delicious. Well, that about does it for the smoked beef ribs with bourbon molasses glaze. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for tuning in to Smokin and Drinkin. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And as always, Prost!